Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and I feel like I just need to go Today has not gone exactly how I had planned it was going to go. Our Make It Monday event for today is featuring Couture creations, but half of the order is missing. It's gone. It's just disappeared. Nobody can find it. We have given up hope on it, and half the samples have gone with it. So I'm thinking, oh, Stacy, what are you going to do? Oh my gosh. So about, I don't know, 45 minutes ago, I pulled a future Make It Monday event forward so that actually we have two for you today. I've got Couture Creations and I've discounted that even further than normal. It is $83 worth of product and I've brought it down to $14.99. I am so sorry that half the product, half the order is just gone. Then I pulled forward Studio Light. I have their markers. I have their watercolor markers, their brush tip watercolor markers, which retail for over $103. I have them for $19.99, and it's like 48 markers. So I thought if I just put both of them out there, hopefully there's something for everybody, and maybe some of you want both of them. I just couldn't go out, being that we don't have half the order for the Couture Creations. I knew I was going to have to add something else in, and literally it is so late. I am hoping that this loads on time. No samples to show. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Today it is you and me, and we're just gonna play, and I'm going to walk you through the Couture Creations bundle for $14.99, but I'm really going to be playing with the Studio Light markers. I need you to see the difference. For $19.99, they are an exceptional value. Are they the world's greatest watercolor markers I've ever played with? Well, no. But for $19.99, they sure are. And when I show you how to use them, I think you're going to agree. If you need to get something for the grandkids or your kids, or you are a teacher and need to have some of this in your classroom, or you teach, you're a Girl Scout troop leader or a Boy Scout troop leader, 48 markers for 20 bucks, and they are watercolor. So I'm going to tilt on down. I'm going to get started for today. I am so flying by the seat of my pants right now. I'm on a wing and a prayer here. So just hang with me. Understand, unfortunately, no samples at the end. I'm so sorry. When I finish with what I'm doing, I'm going to make those into samples so I have something to put on the YouTube cover. It's a little crazy today, but hey, it wouldn't be Scrapbooking Made Simple if it wasn't a little crazy every day. We live for the little crazy. What keeps us on our toes, as my dad would say. Keeps you on your toes, or keeps you honest. All right, so I'm going to tilt on down. I'm going to start with the Couture Creations bundle. Again, it is $83.12 worth of product, and I'm doing it at $14.99. And it's a first come, first serve for it. So let me walk you through that, and then I'm going to show you the Studio Light product. Are we ready? As ready can be. For a girl who's so A-type and likes to be totally prepared, I am so not prepared. But, well, that's going to be half the fun. Okay, down I go. I just need to take a deep breath, right? You just never know what you're going to get until you get it. Life is like a box of chocolates. All right, here's our first bundle. Like I said, it's $83 worth of Couture Creations product. I'm doing it for $14.99 because I don't know what else to do. I don't have samples. I'm just going to make it so attractive that y'all are going to want it just by the price. Okay, so what do I have? Well, it looks like I start with a couple alcohol markers. So these are their their dual tip alcohol ink markers. It looks like there's 4 of them in here. Then it looks like they've given you one of their flowers. There must have been a sample with this on it. I have got their scissors, general purpose scissors. I have got a stamp set of encouragement, so confidence and be bold and be fearless and strength and brave, be brave and be, courage and confidence, courage and strength. It's a really nice little stamp set as part of the bundle. I have got a deco stamp set that says thank you for you, best wishes, and my lovely little deco lady. I have got dies, open wings. So this is going to die cut, and you can either ink this up and send this through or emboss this through. All the little pretties are actually embossing or letterpress this through. All of those elements you're going to do with an ink or with embossing, sending it through with a squishy and a knock-knock. You could potentially foil these. So really pretty wings. And then I have got the Starburst big stamp set. Always useful, love the Starburst. And then I've got 2 of their paper pads. Well, paper packs. I think there is there, let me see, 10 sheets. It's 210 GSM and it has a texture to it. So it is a gold and a silver with kind of a linen texture to them. So for your $14.99, the paper's worth $14.99 alone. Just saying. The stamp is probably worth $14.99 alone. The dies, and again, these will easily, these ideal with the Go Press. It's good for your Go Press and foil, but you can also ink them up to do a letter press. The dies are worth $14.99. Then I've got an additional stamp set, a sentiment set, the alcohol ink markers, the cute little flower, and the scissor. That's your bundle for $14.99. We are limited. I would pick it up if I were you because, gosh, it's so inexpensive and there's so much that you can do, especially with the background stamp, with the word stamp, and with the paper. And the scissors are always handy. So if you love, love, love it, I suggest you get it. When it's gone, just like the rest of it. Like the other half of it is gone, but that's okay. We're gonna make do. So I'm not gonna play with that one today. What I'm actually gonna be playing with today is the fiber brush light markers from Studio Light. They retail for $103. I have them for $19.99. There are 6 colors in each set, and you get all 8 sets. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that's 48 watercolor markers. Well, they don't have to be watercolor markers. They can just be markers. All of them for $19.99. I mean, it is a value. Without question, it is a value. You've got beautiful greens and browns. You've got your pinks and your purples. You've got kind of your happy brights. You've got your blues and your browns. You've got your greens and your blues. I mean, there's something here. Every color you are going to want is going to be here. And I want to show you how to use them. So all 8 sets, 48 markers for your $19.99. And again, that is a Wahoo Couture price without even thinking about it. If you have, like I said, I suppose I should do it this way. If you have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church group, seniors group, if you need inexpensive markers that can be used as watercolor markers. These are gonna do the trick for you, and at a price that I think most can afford for 48 markers from Studio Light. So there they are. Let me show you how to use them. So like I said, are these the creme de la creme of markers? No, probably not. They're good markers, but when you're talking watercolor markers, I mean, there's so many brands out there that are absolutely phenomenal but you're also going to pay 3 times the price for just one set. This is what they look like. I think I'm gonna open this one, and I opened this one, and maybe we'll play between the two of them. I love these colors. I love these colors, I do, and I love these colors, I do. So they have a dual tip. You've got a brush tip on one side and a bullet tip on the other. I will tell you that with some of them, you're gonna need to either let them stand up so that the ink gets into the brush tip, because some of them, it just isn't there, but the ink is always in the bullet tip. I've had no problems with the bullet tip at all. And the way these work, it can be used just as a marker, just writing. And the colors are lovely. That's the bullet tip. The brush tip is it's not a foam brush tip, it actually has the bristles. So if I try to fan it out, you can see that it does have bristles to it. And some of them come really juicy with that brush tip, but some of them are going to need to be, they're gonna need to stand up for a while to get the ink into that brush tip, like my yellow. My yellow here has nothing in it right now. I'm gonna need to let that ink work its way down into that brush tip, or I'm gonna have to just use the bullet tip. Now, the paper that I use these with is going to make all the difference in the world. Not that you have to use watercolor paper with these, because I'm not going to use watercolor paper. I'm gonna play between the Sizzix paper, their smooth white cardstock, and the Scrapbooking Made Simple smooth white cardstock, because I want you to see the difference. So let's pull out a sheet of Sizzix white cardstock. And let's cut it up. So this is the Sizzix Smooth White. It's beautiful cardstock. I use it a lot. But it behaves differently than perhaps my cardstock. You would think all white cardstock is the same, but it really isn't. Now, if I were to take my marker and I were to just scribble, 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 and then I was to take some water, and let's just put some water on my blending mat. I'm just gonna spray some water right on down. And I was to dip into that and then come over here. You're gonna see that the ink doesn't move. Can you see the water on it? The ink doesn't move. Not all white cardstock is built the same. So if I get these and I go home and I pull out my favorite cardstock and I'd go scribble, 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 and nothing moves. to do bullet. Scribble, scribble, scribble. And then I go into my water. And nothing moves. That means I need to approach these markers in a different way, depending on the paper that I have. So if I want to be able to watercolor and my paper is not letting that ink move, I'm going to take it and I'm going to palette paint with those markers. Now, palette painting is really very simple. It's a matter of putting some ink onto a palette, adding some water off to the side, coming in, picking up that water, and then grabbing your ink and making a paint out of it. And then you can come in and you can watercolor till your heart's content. And I can add my color in. And if I want a darker color, a little bit more blue, I come down and I add a little bit more ink towards the bottom here, and I use less water to pick it up. And then I can come in and I can add a darker color. It's all about options. When you palette paint, you have control over what you're doing, all by the amount of water that you're using. How saturated are you getting the color? If I want to go in a little bit darker, maybe I use a slightly darker blue. A little bit of water, and I can start by really diluting it or keeping it very, very saturated. Entirely up to me what I want to do. And I can just blend and blend and blend until my heart is happy. I went over my earlier blue to darken it up a little bit. And then I could take my yellow. Make sure my blending mat is dry. Take my yellow and scribble some yellow. So palette painting is common. It's easy to do. You have a lot of control over what you're doing. I'm just taking that yellow and putting it right into that blue. I'm just adding that water in. Water is your friend with these markers, and for this price, it is a holy smokes artichokes. And I can just start making my blends. And this is not specialty paper. This is Sizzix white, smooth cardstock. And let's see, let's get rid of my yellow. You get 60 sheets. I think I will go ahead and put it on the Make It Monday. Just so you have it in case this is what you need to do. This is a very unusual Make It Monday today. You just never know what you're going to get until you get it here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. A little bit of water. And then start adding my pink in. And move my pink into my yellow. And because they are meant to be used with water, they make lovely blends. So if you've never had watercolor markers before, oh, this is a great way to start. This is a great way to play and to learn and to really get, oh, no, that's not the delivery of my, of the rest of the product. Don't I wish? No such luck. Okay, so I'm just going to move them into each other. And look at how pretty that is. Soft and elegant. Maybe I take a light purple, because I'm going to have to make something with this. I have no samples for to take pictures of. And you're always going to want to palette paint on something that is non-porous. This is the blending mat from Woodware. And it comes in a huge A4 size, and I just cut it down. This is going to be a lovely card for Easter. Without question. It's going to be a great card for Easter. I could certainly die cut out some Easter eggs from this. And I'm just going in and adding my color. So if you can imagine having floral stamps, you could go in there and palette paint until your heart's content. Maybe I add back in a little, okay, maybe I add back in a little bit of pink. And blend that on in. And I love how seamless it is. It's beautiful, right? 20 bucks, 48 colors, and the sets are coordinated. I mean, that's lovely. Just think of all the things you could be painting. All the stamps, all the stencils, all the die cuts, making backgrounds and then die cutting. But like I said, that is the Sizzix paper, and when I tried to just go straight to the paper, I did not get happiness. Straight to the paper, palette painting, totally different. But if I change the paper, will that change the effect? Let's try some of my paper. So this is simply defined paper. It's white. This is 100 pound. And let's see what I get with my paper. White paper is not all the same. It may all be white, but that sometimes is the only thing it has in common. So what if I took my pink and I did my pink. Huh. Now that's a little different. It's definitely not behaving the same way the Sizzix paper did. My paper is letting me actually blend right on the paper. So then what if I added some light blue? And I pick up some water. And I go in, and it's making paint right on my paper, which again is different than what we had with the Sizzix paper. Not that there's anything wrong with the Sizzix paper. No, it's beautiful paper, but not all white paper is the same. Let's add some yellow. And let's just add some water. And I'm not even cleaning my brush, I'm just letting it be. I can take that yellow into the pink. I can come back if I want and add more pink. And then maybe I do a green. And it just kind of melts right there on the paper. It just kind of melts. And then maybe I do the green up there too, or maybe a light purple. I always worry about purple and yellow, but let's give it a chance. Oh no, I don't have to do that. Let's just add a little bit of purple up here. And pick up some water. I always worry about purple and yellow. Look at that. Did you see how it just turned right into paint? Turned right into paint. Directly on my cardstock, which is different. Not all cardstock is made the same. Not that one is better than the other, they're just different. They're different. Now, if I wanted to go back in there and add more color, I could go back in and I could palette paint to add that color in. This is wet, so I don't want to add too much marker to it because the marker is just going to kind of absorb into it. But I could go back in and I could add more color if I needed. But I like the fact that you have an option that it's really up to the paper that you have. That's going to dictate how you play with these markers. And they're beautiful and they're fun. Palette painting is going to give you a little bit more of control over what you're doing. Scribbling is just going to let you have at it. So if I took, let's clean this off. If I took another piece of my paper, okay, purple with purple, they give you the colors. Blue with blue. I dropped my pink lid. Pink with pink. What if I wanted to be a little more intense? What if I took that purple and I started with that purple? And I added a little bit of water. Again, this is on Simply Defined paper. So when you get these, you're going to take them and you're going to see what kind of white paper you have. Look at, did you see, wait a minute. Did you see how that turned right into paint? It went right into paint. Right into paint. And then maybe we go with that pink. So I'm drying off my craft mat, my little blending mat, because I don't want my marker to go into water. I need it to be dry so I get a nice amount of color down. But I don't have to do that. This is Stacy paper. I can go here. And then my water. And then my paintbrush. And right into paint. And I can mix. Ooh, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? And then maybe I do my yellow at the, maybe I do my yellow at the top. That yellow is a strong yellow. I love me some yellow. That is some strong yellow. And there I go. Now what if I wanted to add some teal maybe? Okay, this is a bold choice. Bold choice. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's pretty. Take it right into that purple. Give it a little bit more water. Pretty. And then what if I go bold choice again? About a deep blue. Bold choice. And it's instant paint. If I wanted a little deeper at the bottom, I don't want to put my brush right on here because it's wet. Then I am going to come over and add some color over here and pick it up. But different paper, different looks, different applications. You decide which you like best. Look at how watercolory that looks. Look at how smooth that looks with palette painting. It's all about what paper do you have that's going to make it work best for you. How about we take that bold color? Hello, bold color. Well, we're gonna find out if this is my paper or her Sizzix paper. I'm just gonna put it right out there. Nope. The brush tips are not the best. The bullet tips work better. I'm just using the same. I haven't cleaned up my paint at all, my water at all. if I use the lighter blue up here? And I just add water over everything. And then what if I finish with a really deep purple? Do I have a really, yeah, let's see if this is deep, deep, deep purple. Look at those colors. They're beautiful. And it's all up to you how you want to use them. So Sizzix paper, I'm going to palette paint everything. I'm not going to take my marker straight to my paper because it won't move. Let me back up just a little bit. It just won't move. It'll sit there, and this is what you're going to get. So if you've got paper that the marker doesn't want to move on, that tells you palette paint. If you have a paper that the marker does both, we'll score. Add a little bit more color. And go in and just make that darker. Is it ever going to be quite as dark as this? You're really going to have to layer the color on, because to get it that dark, you have to, well, you're having to saturate it just to get it over to the paper. So you're going to have to continue to just add layer upon layer upon layer of the same color. And that's where the pigment quality comes in. The higher the pigment, the less ink you have to use. And then let's do that one. So they're easy to use. They're very forgiving. You just have to know what paper you're using to get the best result. See, and there that goes blending right on in. Nice and smooth and lovely. Beautiful. Or more scribbly, kind of more, I don't know, altered, kind of let's have at it, free, go for it. And either one of them is going to give you a beautiful result. But these markers, they're really meant to be used with water. Can you use them without water and you just want to, maybe you just want to take your die cut and you just want to color in? Of course you can. Of course you can just color with them. The bullet tip seems to be better than the brush tip on some of them. The brush tip it's okay. It's not my favorite. The bullet tip though works beautifully. And for 20 bucks, well, you're going to get yourself a lovely set of 48 colors to play with. And if this is your starting set to learn how to palette paint or to watercolor paint, well, then this is a great way to do it. They're easy, they're fun, they're affordable. You could just do a whole background of the same color in different hues. This is the Sizzix paper. So maybe I just want to use that teal. And I can just go in there and lay different saturations. Some a little heavier, some a little lighter, so that it's the same color all the way through, but slightly different. A little bit lighter up there. Maybe next to it I go a little heavier, and then I can come in a little bit lighter again. And just using one color. Have one color make the difference for you. Nope, that's the deep blue. That's the purple. Here's my teal. But you get that beautiful watercolory look. Without too much effort. And then where you take it after this is up to you. So kind of a little different Make It Monday for you today. I love this color. I think I want something really dark, kind of right in there. And then soften it out. Then I can take that, and maybe I take this one. This one's beautiful. I think I'm gonna grab some of the cardstock from the Couture Creations. So look at how beautiful is that. It's this matte silver. See how gorgeous that would be on there? I don't know what we'll finish it with, but we'll finish it with something. So I'm going to straighten up my lines, straighten up my cuts just a little bit. Just a little bit more. I think that looks gorgeous. And that was just one color. Tape it on down. Mat it. Oh, too close. Too close. Trim it out. add it to something. Love that one, right? So pretty. It's just beautiful. And those markers are super easy peasy to use. I wonder if I put this on a pink card base, what that would look like. What if I trim this one down? So a little off the side and a lot off the bottom. Little off the side and quite a bit off the bottom. A little bit more off the bottom. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna mat this in the silver too. It just looks great on this silver. And I think I'm gonna keep the mat pretty thin. So a two for today. Right now I'm using the Couture Creations paper where you get the silver and the gold. You get the stamps, you get the background stamp, you get the scissors, you get the alcohol ink markers. Would love to show you the samples, but they are just gone. As is half of the bundles. So I brought forward the Studio Light markers. Let me go back just a little. I feel like I'm brought you in close enough to watch the painting, but now let's go back just a little bit. So I'm going to trim this down a little bit further, just so it's a little, I just want a little peek of the silver, just a little peek of it. Just a peek, and then onto my card base. And that silver just kind of highlights it out. And then all I have to do is decide what I want to put. All I need is a sentiment on these and I'm done. So paper matters. Not that one is better than the other, they're just different. And knowing what your paper can and cannot do is always important. Love these pens for what they are. For 20 bucks, I love, love, love them. For $103, I'm not so sure I love, love, love them. But for 20 bucks, oh yeah, all day long. Especially if you've got kids crafting, or you need them for your church group, or your seniors group, or your Girl Scout group, your Boy Scout group. All day long. Love, love, love. I bet that I went too big, and I bet I can't get it on this card base because I went too big. I sure did, but if I got rid of just a little bit of it, if I had just like I did with the other one and kept it very, very thin. just a peek of my silver. Little bit more off this side. Okay, I can tape that down. Look I have two. Wahoo, Couture. So I leave it up to you. If you love one, if you love them both, or if you're like, nope, I'm good, that's okay too. I wish I had some fabulous samples to show you. I don't, but what I do have is amazing value on product that you won't find anywhere else for this kind of price. And if you are crafting on a budget, well, I'm hoping that this makes your heart happy. Ready to go. So I got two ready to go. I might make this one into something, and I might make this one into something. All right, you guys. So again, the first one I have is the $14.99 bundle from Couture Creations. It's got two stamp sets. It's got a die set that you can ink up and use as a letterpress. It's got a scissors, it's got some alcohol ink markers, it's got 2 packs of metallic cardstock in there, $14.99, and then the other bundle I have for you is the Studio Light bundle, where you're gonna get 48 markers for $19.99. And you saw how I used them. They're all color coordinated. The sets are amazing. I like the bullet tip better than I do the brush tip. And for that price, you can't go wrong. So it is me, Stacy, flying by the seat of her pants today. Not sure if this is gonna make it on time or not. We might be doing this a little bit later than 5. We'll see. So you don't have to wait for me to say ready, set, go. This product is already available online and in store. You can come visit us in store and pick these up too. I would recommend you give us a call if you would like us to pull them off the shop floor for you, because that is where they will come from. Our store inventory and our online inventory do not mix. So if we're sold out in the store, we may still have it online. And if we're sold out online, we may still have it in the store. You just never know. I think I'm gonna call it done for today and just be glad that I got this done. Thank you for your understanding. I really don't know where the rest of our product is, but it has been deemed lost and unsalvageable. So we're gonna go with that, and the 2 for today hopefully made your heart happy. Thank you for your understanding. Now, when this product is sold out, it is sold out, and it is only available for 1 week. And then we move on to our next Make It Monday event. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you tomorrow, Tuesday, for our Take 2 Tuesday event featuring Sizzix and Jacquard, where I take 2 products, mish them together, mosh them together, and make magic out of it. So I will see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. sunny California time. That's 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern for our next Take 2 Tuesday event. Until then, bye everybody. I'm Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye.